Alright, hello everyone and welcome to NFL Discussion. I'm your host and NFL enthusiast Dougie Doug. In today's episode I'm going to be discussing Monday Night Football Week 11 of the 2023 NFL season. And this game would feature a rematch of the last Super Bowl. It was Eagles versus Chiefs in Arrowhead. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was probably the best Monday Night Football game of the season. It was as advertised. It was a slobber knocker in sloppy weather. And with that, we're going to get right into the action, starting with the Eagles, who grind out a big win on the road. And you gotta give credit to that Eagles defense, because the offense did not play its best game, but the defense stepped up, especially in the second half. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles struggled in the first half, taking a 17-7 deficit into the break. Their defense would clamp down on the Chiefs in the next couple of frames, holding them off the scoreboard and allowing two brotherly shove Russian scores by Hurts to propel them to victory. They stand alone atop the league at 9-1. The Eagles struggled to get much going through the air, with 41 of Hurts' 150 yards coming on a deep pass to Devontae Smith late in the fourth quarter to set up the second Russian score for Hurts, but the muted offensive production mattered not, with the team squeaking out the win on the road. The Eagles don't have long to rest on their laurels as they get a quick turnaround in Week 12 when they host the Bills in their decimated secondary at home in Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift and Devontae Smith are responsible for a massive 206 of the team's 264 total yards from scrimmage on the evening, with quarterback Jalen Hurts contributing 29 yards on the ground himself. Swift took a carry into the end zone from 4 yards out at the end of the first quarter to knot the game at 7, but would see sparse usage the rest of the way, with the Eagles playing from behind until late in the fourth quarter. Either way, the 107 yards represent what was it? But yeah, 107 yards led the team against a difficult opponent. Swift totaled 76 yards rushing and 31 yards receiving. Devontae Smith had 6 receptions for 99 yards. In the box, that final yard to try to get him to 100 would have been the most important one, as the Spare receiver hauled in a 41-yard pass and was down at the 1, setting up a go-ahead brotherly shove score for Jalen Hurts' second rushing score tonight. Even so, Smith handily led the team receiving, with only DeAndre Swift going for more than 8 yards to the air on a night. Hurts passed for just 150 yards. A.J. Brown, normally talented receiver 1, held to 1 catch for 8 yards. So give credit to the Chiefs defense, they shut him down, but give credit also to Devontae Smith for stepping up, with A.J. Brown basically not available at the moment. So Eagles, like I said, grind out a big road win and give credit to the defense for stepping up in the second half. Not the prettiest showing by the offense, but ugly win is still a win. Kansas City Chiefs. So the issues that Kansas City are still having at wide receiver are still very much an issue, and there are some mistakes that need to be cleaned up down the stretch. Drops, penalties, fumbles. Not only was the weather sloppy in this game, but the performance from Kansas City's offense was even more sloppy than the one from the Eagles. Just quite a few things to clean up. Normally the Chiefs are a pretty good team coming out of the bye. This was not the case here. The box score watchers will be out for Mahomes' head in this one, which is simply unfair, as he was plagued by innumerable drops from his pass catchers against the Eagles. Justin Watson had 3, Travis Kelce had 2, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling had 1, but that one would have been a go-ahead touchdown of just under 2 minutes remaining on the clock in the fourth quarter that forced the Chiefs into 3rd and 10. And then on that third down, Mahomes committed an intentional grounding penalty while trying to avoid the sack on the subsequent play, forcing a 24th and 25 situation, which could have been converted had Christian Watson not dropped that ball that hit him in the hands beyond the first down marker. Beyond the drops, the Chiefs ranked dead last in the league in second half scoring this season, and clearly need to be better prepared for in-game tweaks for the remainder of the season. Up next for the Chiefs is a road date with a much improved 5-6 Raiders team in Las Vegas. Isaiah Pacheco had had 89 yards on 19 carries in this game, and the Angry Runner showcased his one-cut burst while flirting with 100 yards gained from scrimmage against the top run defense in the league in a narrow loss, handily pacing the team in yards from scrimmage in the backfield and opportunities. His 20 running back opportunities ran laps around the 4 given to Jared McKinnon, and the 2 given to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Even so, Pachinko was forced to watch as Justin Watson caught a touchdown from 3 yards out, and Travis Kelce caught one from 4 yards out, which showcases the extreme pass-heavy ways of Andy Reid's offense in the red and green zones. Travis Kelce caught 9 targets for 44 yards and a touchdown. And the box score doesn't seem overly terrible until you realize that the incompletions were drops that hit him in the hands, added to the other drops. The second one came on first down on the team's final possession, with the subsequent play ending in that drop by Valdez-Scantling. Third down on the drive ended with the intentional grounding, and the game ended with that drop pass on 4th and 25. So anyway you slice it, not a pretty showing by Kansas City's pass catchers at home against a good opponent. And it's not like drops are the only issue too. I mean, no disrespect, but this is essentially an XFL crew. Patrick Mahomes is working with a wide receiver, and it looks like Brett Veach's decision to not add somebody else in the offseason came back to bite him. The trade for Kadarius Toney has not paid off. Signing Marquez Valdez-Scantling has not paid off. The guys you have drafted, Rasheed Rice, Christian Watson, actually I don't think Rice played in this game, but Justin Watson was one you drafted. Scott Moore is another one you drafted. I don't even know if he played in that game either. If he did, I didn't see him play. But either way, the receivers you drafted have not panned out. The guys you have signed and or traded for have not panned out, and you are seeing a product of it too. You are seeing a Chiefs team that plays good defense but average offense at best. And with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on offense and your performance by your defense, it's enough to get you wins, but is it going to be enough to help you achieve sustained success? The Chiefs are going to win the division. I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to make a run for the crown. Had they not got off to the start that they did, maybe they could have, but they're still going to win the division, get a playoff spot, and have that home field advantage in the postseason, which is going to be an important thing because Arrowhead is quite the home field. But again, I mean, what are the Chiefs going to be like in the postseason? They're going to make the postseason, but are they going to be able to make another run at the Super Bowl with the cast that they have? That's the big question. And if tonight's performance was any indication, the answer is no. And should they even make the Super Bowl, I mean, who's to say they're going to win it? So, I mean, you talk about making it, that looks like a struggle. Winning it, even more of a struggle. And with that will conclude this episode of NFL Discussion. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button down below.